Hi, everyone. It's wonderful to be with you today. We're nearly at the end of the fast, and my name is Hilary Duncan. I am greeting you from Viterbo in Italy, a place which is just 2 hours from Rome. Today is the 18th day. We're nearly there. All the denials for the body and all the gifts for the soul that we've experienced, they're all coming to a conclusion, coming to a wondrous climax. Today, the subject, the quality for the teacher is actions, not words. Actions are so important because people can feel them and can know from them what is the truth. Abdu'l-Baha says, the spirit, the human spirit discovers the realities of things, as much as we can, of course. The human spirit discovers the realities of things and becomes cognizant of their peculiarities and effects and of the qualities and properties of beings. But the human spirit, unless assisted by the spirit of faith, does not become acquainted with the divine secrets and the heavenly realities. It's like a mirror which, although clear, polished, and brilliant, is still in need of light. Until a ray of the sun reflects upon it, it cannot discover the heavenly secrets. The mind is the power of the human spirit. Spirit is the lamp. Mind is the light which shines from the lamp. If we just speak without the knowledge of everything that Baha'u'llah has sent us, we will be empty speakers. There will be no response. But if we, and he says this later in another talk, if the knowledge of God is joined to the love of God and attraction, ecstasy, and goodwill, a righteous action is then perfect and complete. And this is what we need to know. No matter how sincere we are, if we don't attach it to what we've learned from Baha'u'llah, nothing is going to come of it. It's the degree of sincerity, the excitement, the spiritual feeling, the friendship. People feel this. People feel love. If we act lovingly, if we smile, if we welcome people, if we open our hearts to people, their heart opens. They don't realize that, maybe very often, but something happens. We look at people with love and something happens to them. We've combined it. It's not our love, it's the love of God. It's the love of God. And the concourse, we're told, the concourse is desperate. They're longing for us to do this. The concourse is lined up, ready to come and help us. What an incredible feeling. So no matter what we do, we walk around, even if we don't speak to anybody, the feeling of love and openness of heart is going to affect people. And now I want to read a quotation from Baha'u'llah, which talks about this light that is reflected. Light is what we must do. We have, through our love, our openness of heart, reflect to others, and then they will listen. Should any man in this day arise and with absolute detachment from all that is in the heavens and all that is on the earth, set his affections on him who is the dayspring of God's holy revelation, he will verily be empowered to subdue all created things through the potency of one of the names of the Lord, his God, the all-knowing, the all-wise. Know thou of a certainty that the day star of truth hath in this day shed upon the world a radiance, the like of which bygone ages have never witnessed. Let the light of his glory, O people, shine upon you, and be not of the negligent. Baha'u'llah. And now I would like to share with you a story about Isabella Brittingham. She was alive when Baha'u'llah was alive on this earth. So her story is very special.
Born on February 21st, 1852, Mrs. Isabella D. Brittingham was blessed with a noble lineage. Her great-grandfather, John Morton, was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, and her father served as an Episcopal clergyman. In 1898, Isabella attended the first Baha'i class held in New York City, where the teachings of Baha'u'llah awakened her soul. She discerned that Jesus Christ and the messengers before him had foretold, often in veiled symbols, the coming of this great Redeemer. This realization ignited a fire within her that would burn brightly for the rest of her life. In late 1901, Isabella embarked on her first pilgrimage to Akka, drawn by an irresistible yearning to meet Abdu'l-Baha. Her experience in his presence left an indelible mark on her soul. Writing in her essay, The Revelation of Baha'u'llah, she shared, "Within the walls of the city abides one upon whom the thoughts of the world are centering. The vibrations from this great center are quickening and vitalizing all intellectual forces and spiritual powers." These sacred encounters deepened her faith and strengthened her resolve. Isabella passionately affirmed that Abdu'l-Baha was the center of the covenant of God, stating that his essence was rooted in servitude, humility, and love. She wrote, "Recognition of this station is the life of every soul." Upon returning to America, Isabella threw herself wholeheartedly into serving the faith. She traveled tirelessly across the United States, sharing the teachings of Baha'u'llah and uplifting countless hearts. Abdu'l-Baha gave her the affectionate title, Our Baha'i Maker, a testament to her transformative impact on those she taught. In February 1902, her essay, The Revelation of Baha'u'llah, was published, offering profound insight into the unifying power of the Baha'i revelation. She wrote, "In this day, the veil is to be removed from the entire earth. Until today, the sacred books of all religions have been sealed. Today, their seals are broken. Therefore, it is the cycle for teaching and for bringing every religion into knowledge of and accord with all others." Her fervor for service extended to nurturing Baha'i institutions. In 1905, she attended the first 19-day feast in North America and soon embarked on a year-long journey to promote this sacred institution across the Midwest and Pacific regions. In October 1909, Isabella made her second pilgrimage to the Holy Land. Reflecting on Abdu'l-Baha's words, she recorded his profound message on the immortality of the human spirit. "Humankind has come to the world in innumerable numbers and passed away. Their physical bodies and that which belonged to them passed away with them. Their health and disease both passed away. Their rest and hardship both vanished. Their wealth and poverty ended. Their honor and misery terminated. But the reality of man is immortal. The spirit of man is everlasting. It is the spirit to which importance is to be attached. The difference between spirit and body is this, that one will enter the realm of enlightenment, whereas the other will fall into the world of darkness." In 1910, she and her niece, Elizabeth Stewart, were appointed to the Unity Band, writing monthly letters to Baha'i women in Iran. These letters bridged hearts across continents, offering hope and spiritual kinship to the believers in the East. Her words carried power and conviction. On November 5, 1916, she delivered an impassioned address in Chicago, urging the American Baha'is to respond to the call of Abdu'l-Baha in the Tablets of the Divine Plan. With stirring clarity, she reminded her audience of their sacred duty to awaken humanity to the kingdom of God. Throughout her life, Isabella maintained a precious correspondence with Abdu'l-Baha, receiving approximately 55 tablets. His loving guidance extended even to personal matters. One endearing story recalls her strict adherence to his dietary advice. When offered a lovingly prepared breakfast, she declined, saying with earnestness, "Oh, but the master told me to eat apples." In her later years, Isabella settled in Philadelphia, where she continued to inspire others through radio talks and heartfelt letters. Even in her final moments, her devotion shone brightly. On January 28, 1924, the night of her passing, she dictated 11 letters for individual believers. Those who knew her spoke of her radiant smile, a smile that, on the night she passed away, was described as one that did not belong to this earth. Shoghi Effendi honored her as a disciple of Abdu'l-Baha, praising her immortal services and her indomitable spirit.
Thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful day and go spread love. Bye.
Let your joy be the joy born of my most great name, a name that bringeth rapture to the heart and filleth with ecstasy the minds of all who have drawn nigh unto God, who have drawn nigh unto God. Let your joy be the joy born of my most great name, a name that bringeth rapture to the heart and filleth with ecstasy the minds of all who have drawn nigh unto God, who have drawn nigh unto God. Baha'u'llah, 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 Baha'u'llah. Let your joy be the joy born of my most great name, a name that brings